heard we brought up there was something before, but I was like, I don't feel like we. But then I was really confused. I'm like, I don't feel like we actually did magic in the thing.
All right, and we are live.
We are live.
Hi.
Hey.
Well, sort of video. We are speaking to you, and you can text us in the chat. But I hope everyone's had a great week.
It's been crazy, but I hope you guys have also had a good week. Trying to find my phone. As a reminder, always, if you need to communicate with me, please do it through Tavern Bard, because the cameras are they don't like me. So they're wonky. And if I touch my other Discord, they freeze.
Oh dear. So we will not be doing that.
But yeah, so Tavern Bard is fine to hit me up at. Is the music coming through okay for you guys?
Nope. No, we cannot hear it.
I can hear it on mine.
Can you?
So that might be ours.
That might be. Let me see. I can fix this.
Discord is OBS is picking it up, but just
I can
really
hear music
light.
now.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Cool.
That was us. That was our problem.
No, let's just make sure it comes through. Everything should hopefully be balanced now. If I talk a little bit louder, Gail, can you say something?
Hello, I am Gail. I am here drinking tea.
Beautiful.
Hi.
And
thank you.
That is what kind of tea?
Just English breakfast tea,
Gross.
which isn't English, but you know.
Right.
Because colonialism.
Yay.
You would know.
I mean, without England, we wouldn't have the Australia we know today. So.
True.
Yeah, bucko.
But, all right. So, Kiddis, recap. Go.
Okay.
Activate.
So we left, and the last thing I remember is us just showing up to the town and seeing the void.
We finished the combat. Was the first.
Oh yeah, we finished combat first. Okay, so we finished combat.
Almost died like 4 times.
Everyone almost died.
And you
on Gale. And so basically, we were fighting these like giant golem things. They were really mad at us for some reason. And so then Gale went down multiple times. Kiddis had to pop her little like
not in a fun way
thing to make it so then no. I'm gonna pop my bubble thing, but I went down. And I couldn't. No one was over there healing me because Gale kept going down.
Then I went down once, I think.
I'm so squishy cleric, okay?
You're not squishy. I
am IRL, okay?
But
I am outside of character.
So, in any case, though, they managed to start fighting it, and we figured out some sort of elemental thing, and one of them managed to run away. The others got destroyed. Kiddis tried picking up the sharp rocks from the other golem things, and then couldn't keep the rocks. And
because they made the gate.
It's unfortunate. I could have had special sharp rocks that chuck at people.
It was just rocks.
I could have made a bomb and made a sharp rock bomb.
Make a sharp rock bomb some other way.
But in any case,
find another way.
I will.
Good.
You do remember how I'm multi-classing. I will.
That's
do not regret this later. Do not regret this later. You can't go backsies on that.
I have a regret.
So, in any case, we discovered another Rickroll in the day in the gate puzzle. Walked through.
It was in binary.
Walked through.
That was so cool.
It was very well done. It was very well done, but it was another Rickroll.
Infuriating, but well done.
So we walked
the
through. The
nerds lost their minds.
We walked through the gate, and then we were like, this is Leah's home. And we're like, oh, Leah's home has giants. Everything's bigger than normal. This is how Cedar feels.
I knew that was coming.
Okay. So then we walk past, and there's this void that's been slowly growing, and Kiddis feels drawn to the void. Note, it was mentioned by the DM, not me, that Kiddis is drawn to the void for some reason, and we haven't fully established why. And so we went into the town, and Leo's like, Kiddis, don't go into the void. Now I'm going to go do some things to talk to the council about solving the void problem. And walks over to the void. We tell Gale, go to sleep. And Gale goes to sleep.
Take a nap.
And so then Leah talks to the council. The council says, yeah, we don't know what to do with it. So we're trying to decide if we're going to leave or let the void consume us. And so then And so then Leah's like, we're gonna solve the void problem. And then Cedar, figure out this void problem. I'm gonna go build stuff in a forge. And goes down to the forge and works with the forge people to build some things. And then Cedar figures out from Red, like that there's something going on with Red. And like Red's apparently being like in the same thing as the blue Fate Queen. And that's probably what's causing the void. And there's something jar.
Like a little fire.
And then there was a tree thing, drawing thing on the ground.
Yeah, Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil.
Took a second, but I got there.
And so then
Well done.
no one was paying attention to the small child. The small child went to go check out the void. So then they were trying to figure out what to do with that. The forge thing was going along well. Candace walks over to the void and says, "Huh, this looks friendly." And it says something like "free me" or something like that. And she's just like, "Yeah, totally looks friendly." And so then I was just like, crap, trying to figure out how to get my kid to not release whatever's in the void and cause more problems. And so then she called out to her Fate Queen, and I rolled. Did I roll a nat 20 on that?
You did.
I rolled a nat 20 on that. So then the Fate Queen was just like, picked her up and said, "No, for once, no, for once in your life, do not." And I was just like, basically like, just leave it be, just leave it alone. And so then she's like, "Okay," but still feels a pull towards the void. And I have my theories at the moment. But anyway, she goes back and just kind of goes into the state of like, huh. And just kind of goes, huh, over and over again. Because now she's contemplating a bunch of things about her existence. But she stared into the void and it made her have an existential crisis. So then
I know that feeling.
the things in the forge got built, and then there was talk about the gauntlets. It's for Leah's character, and
Leah is the character. Leah is ranged.
for Leah. And then
The stream is already going well.
I got no sleep. I got up early to work with children.
I didn't
So-
get either.
Why?
So sleep deprived.
hers was was like for hanging out with friends. Mine was for volunteering to help with children. So then
You fool.
we go to leave. Leah gets all her awesome stuff, and then Leah's forge mentor person, fire person, cut, yes, cuts off his arms and says, "Here." Like basically attach the other side of the gauntlets to, so then Leah can be super duper strong. Even though, because all the entirety of the village decided we're gonna get consumed by said void. And so then the void's incoming, we go to leave, and Leah's like, "By the way, book, do you know anything about it?" "Yeah, this is super cool. I wish I had more time with it." And we're like, "Cool." And then one of the giants is like, "So I need to talk to Kiddis, and you guys go ahead." And so then everyone else goes ahead, and Kiddis just like, "So what's up?" And they're like, "You're like so weird, right?" And I was just like, "Yes."
Hey, you. This friend group finding each other.
Hey, you're a weird. I'm a Seuss.
And the giant's like, "You can't eat normally things." And she's like, "No, I can't." And she's like, "Are you hungry?" And she said, "Yes." And she's like, "Place your hand on my chest." And she was like, "Okay." And so then she goes into like this pose, puts Kiddis' hand on her core, and she's like, "Close your eyes." And so she closes her eyes and consumes. And then she wakes up and the giant's dead. And she's like, "The giant is dead." And everyone's like, "Okay, time to go die now." And they all go into their homes and make their little poses. And Kiddis just stands there watching it, just like, "Okay, that happened."
This won't affect my growing child psyche at
At
all.
all. This will not affect anything. Affects everything. Then proceeds to go down the mountain to try to catch up with the others and is debating whether or not to tell Leah that she might have ate her family.
Delicious.
Ba 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 ba.
So in any case, so now they're going down the mountain. The void's incoming. There's just giant. The void has consumed said mountain that we went up on, and there's like lightning connecting it, and we're like, aha! And we're now trying to figure how to escape it. Ta-da!
It's about right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was great.
That was great.
That's pretty good.
I don't know if I'm doing. By the way, guys, I don't take notes. I do this all from memory. That's why it's so chaotic. I don't take a single note and try to figure out what you're wrong. Whenever she like,
to write things
notes,
down.
it's just about like her possessions or like character goals. That's it. That's it. Or if it's about wrestling.
This is absolutely why I keep having you do it, because it's just pure chaos. It's a good recap. So thank you very much for that.
It sets the mood so perfectly for the streams.
It does.
One of these days I'm gonna like edit it so there's like just a giant supercut of just the entire campaign.
Right.
As told by streams.
That'd be great,
Oh my
because
gosh,
we got them all on the YouTubes, right? We just cut out the first like 10 minutes of each episode.
I have a great idea. Do one of those, but do it out in the style of Louise from Ant-Man. Just have us acting out.
We'll get like an artist to like just to do visuals for the whole thing. That'd be hilarious.
Would you like a challenge?
Here's a month-long project.
That would be so worth it.
Keep explaining what all happened.
All right, what's up, Rain?
No, just so we just pick up where we left off, or?
Yep. So you guys are crawling down the mountain separating, and you are kind of staring at the void to your right as you're making your way kind of down.
So two things. One, did you see my message to Tavern Bard?
Evidently not.
Well, because I have that open. Hang on.
Modern technology, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. And then second, because I know you said because of the 3-foot gap that there was a gap in the stairway to get up to the village, so I'm guessing that gap has only grown, making the gap in the stairway even bigger.
Yeah, it's about
like 30 feet. You said, I think.
Yeah, it's 30 feet and steadily growing at about a foot per minute now, so it's just getting larger and larger.
But so when Leah and the other two reach the break in the staircase, Leah just takes a seat on the staircase and waits for Kiddis.
Keys. And eventually Kiddis does catch up. I don't know how much time would have passed between them walking and Kiddis.
Only, well, yeah, probably about only a handful of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes at most.
Yeah, because like I did say that she did pause for a little while after. Like,
yeah. But the actual feeding only takes about a minute.
So like probably take about let's say about 8 minutes, I guess.
Sure. And in that time frame too, you notice that the gap is getting larger and larger and larger. 8 minutes? That's close enough to 10. How about everybody rolls a perception?
Okay.
Sure.
Including me?
That's a 15.
Not you just yet, because you're coming down.
Okay. 21.
18.
Okay, as a group, that was extremely good. So you see what's in the map now is kind of the rocky portion of the mountain kind of fading out into like a hazy mist now, still cracking with lightning. And it seems to be sucking all into the center, downward into the mountain. And adjacent on the other side of the island that's floating away, there's a vortex circling in, almost as if it's eating itself. And the creation of the world is being sucked into a nothingness. But at the center of it, you will see something. It seems kind of human-esque, but it almost seems to be emerging from the void.
Should we be concerned about that?
I don't like that personally.
And this is where Kittis will catch up.
Okay.
As you guys are discussing object in the void.
Okay, it just kind of like walks over and she's just like, "Hey, hey, you
Hey, kiddos.
good? What's going on?"
Nothing.
Nothing.
So was he like a friend of yours, or what's the deal?
Oh,
There's something in the.
who's a friend of mine?
There's a dude in the void. Are you friends with the void dude?
Oh, the free me person.
What?
The huh?
No.
I. Hmm.
Explain. Hey, hi. Explain.
I didn't do anything. Let's start off. I didn't do anything.
That would be a first.
I
My
mean,
patient
nobody
is
said you did, but okay.
But there's something in the void. I pulled out the stone that held Philo's soul, and it reached out and was wanting to get out. So,
I think it's getting closer to doing that because
look.
Yeah,
What do I
we're
see?
staring into the void, and the void is waving higher.
Right? Roll an investigation.
Me?
Yep.
28. Or no, 26. Sorry, 26.
Still though. You okay, with that then, go ahead and roll an arcana. Let's see how much of this you get.
25.
Fuck me. Alright.
He's a plus 10 on Arcana.
I was
So.
like, you know everything.
he's old.
So this
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Oh, it's absolutely fine. I love it. It's all right. I'll just give it to you. It's lore dump time. Not really lore dump time, but no, it's good. It's just funny because I didn't expect 2 plus 20s in one go. But yes.
I didn't expect 2 plus 20 to 1 go.
So you're investigating the void, and you're like, okay, well, I was already kind of told not to touch it, but you you don't feel malice from it, but you recognize something deeper, that this is a convergence point of energies. Just from what you've known from Leah and the village, just being here the last couple of days, this is a connection point between creation and the Feywild. And not only creation and the Feywild, looking up, it is also a linking point between creation and Shadowfell. So this is a convergence point of all energies in all realms at the same time. And you recognize this as a focal point. And this is not a tear specifically, but this is basically the tightening that's causing the tears in the rest of the world. Because of the energy that's being sucked down from creation into Shadowfell, and the pillar that keeps the world together has shattered and is now breaking apart, you understand that all things are happening, coming and going in this point, all at one time. Now, with that, and you don't feel malice, you still feel the pull. Do you want to know why you feel the pull?
Possibly.
Roll a performance.
Roll a
boy.
performance. Okay. That's a 6.
It's a 6. All right. You don't understand why you feel the pull. You kind of reached out for answers, but you feel like you can undo a mistake, and that's all you really get with a 6.
She sees, like, everyone just like sees Kid is kind of like, all of a sudden she's like, starts kind of like walking towards it.
So right now you guys are kind of at the center point where the mountain is kind of degraded. There was a stone staircase that was wrapping around the outside of the mountain. You guys are now kind of sitting in the middle of the void. It's about 30 feet down and 30 feet up, and you're kind of at the center on what's left of this degraded staircase. But let me see here. Go ahead and roll a strength check from each of you.
Okay.
Oh.
It's
Everybody?
only gonna be good for one of us.
Yeah, from everybody.
Yeah. Just a basic strength check, not
Yeah,
anything
it's
else.
not
Okay.
not a save. It's just a check to see innately how you feel about this.
18. 18, actually. Why did I roll
2.
low on strength checks for Cedar?
12.
23.
Okay,
2.
2.
2?
Yes, 2. Okay.
So as you guys are kind of looking around and kind of discussing what's happening, and Kidis is like trying to figure out what's going on with the void, a pulse
Oh dear.
basically pops from the center of just raw energy. And not only does it pulse, but it actually expands the barrier. And you are now in the threshold of the swirling outside of the vortex. So if you think of this like a black hole, you guys would kind of be, you were on the outset before, but it pulsed and got bigger, and kind of created a pillar of vortex essentially. And you guys are now kind of at the edge in the threshold, and you see Kidis kind of fall forward, and Cedar grabs her just innately like a mother would for a child. And Gale,
It's the car arm. It's the car arm.
Gale was floating, and he basically got sucked in farther, but Leah like grabs him at the scruff of like the Mothman wings and like pulls him back in a little bit, and you get a pretty clear picture, Gale does specifically, of what's emerging, and I will send it to you.
Cool. Thank you, Sophie.
Oh boy.
Is it going to be on the map or the Discord?
I'll put it on maps here really quick.
Wait.
Yeah.
Cedar is now canonically mom armed.
Mama.
Where'd I lose it? Okay, here it is. DM's, yeah, it's nice.
It's very zen for staring into the void.
Staring into the void.
The void doesn't have any malice. At least according to Kiss. That's not saying much, but I'm gonna say.
The void's cool. It's tearing someone's face off. Yeah, they're cool.
Cool. It's cool like that.
It's just doing its thing.
It's just
There we go.
quirky.
Oh.
Shit.
Whoa!
Your goodness. I love it.
Run, run. Leah, pull me back. Pull me back.
Mhm.
I don't want to get stuck in.
Yeah.
Ah!
It has a book. I want the book.
That's what you're focusing on right now, not the giant.
Yes! I'm gonna collect so many forbidden books.
They just
there is a
throw
big
the
here in there, and you're looking at expanding your library.
I already have one forbidden book.
Let's see, Leah, roll
What
a
the
history.
Wow.
Well, does Gale explain what he just saw?
Teeth clouds.
He just sort of he kind of explains it in a way. I don't think he truly understands what he's comprehending here because he's an idiot. I think the best way he can describe it is by going, like, go angely thing. There's weird, like, tentacly, mouthy things. I don't know how to explain them. It's weird. It's freaky. Ah,
Ooh.
pull me back.
All right.
So Leah will pull him back, and do I get to roll my history?
Go ahead and roll your history with advantage because I love the explanation that Gale just gave.
Fuck yes. Okay, well, I got the second best roll I could possibly get. I got a 19.
Sick. Okay. So that's a pretty good roll. You, growing up in the village, which is why you got the history roll, you kind of remember some of the old stories. And this almost sounds like a description of the deity of judgment.
Okay.
The counselor of the world. And growing up in one of the 4 pillars that connects the world to the Feywild, and basically held this world together with everything above and below. You heard a lot about the stories, and you were told as a child that if you were ever bad, judgment would come get you. You'd be judged. But what's concerning is, and this is where the dread kind of washes over you, is that judgment is emerging, and it's going to be let loose on the world. And innately, you get this pit in your stomach that this thing is just going on a rampage and will likely kill anyone who's ever done any sort of bad. At least that's the impression you get.
Mm-hmm. Do I get any impression on like how it's normally been stopped, fended off?
I guess roll your own investigation.
Okay. Nope. 8.
You think the only way to stop it is to be lawful good, because any neutrality or evil will likely be caused by judgment. And what's interesting,
Yes. No, she is just like, all right, we're getting the fuck out of here. No disrespect. I don't give a fuck about your book right now. We're leaving.
But
Wait, why?
what were you
What is
saying,
this
Goku?
thing?
all right, one more group insight.
Oh god.
Okay.
Insight?
Yep.
Okay.
Inside.
25.
I have 5.
19.
12.
You're 5?
Too good and too bad, but it actually works out just fine, because something has happened for the first time since you guys have been back in the world. Who rolled plus 20?
Me.
And you understand now why Kiddus is pulled to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time you guys have felt fear.
Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
guys,
confused. What is this emotion?
so you guys knew what fear was because you were at the point where fear was released on the world 1,300 years ago, and you didn't release it. So it's been gone for ages. But at this point, you actually feel the dread washing over you.
Cedar kind of looks at Kiddus. Oh boy. Or are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That makes so much more sense. Does it make sense why my fake queen said to leave it alone?
As a convicted thief, I'm gonna step back a
So,
little bit.
As someone who took a scroll from the monastery library without permission, he's stepping back as
Little
Let's
bird
see.
steps back.
You asked a question. Go ahead and roll an insight again, then, Kiddus. Why would your fake queen ask you to leave it alone?
Nope. That one.
not going.
It was a nat 1.
This is that one. There's no clue.
Okay. Yeah, with a nat 1. With a nat 1, you were like, if I'm supposed to release fear onto the world to fix the balance, why was I supposed to leave it alone? You were more confused at now why you were told to leave it alone, and you're like, now you're super compelled to just go in and get fear.
Dang it.
What are the survival instincts for Kiddus?
Yeah. Leah's literally like picking up Kiddus and turning and starting to walk away.
Thank you. And just turns, let's go.
All right,
Let's get the heck away from here.
you're
So
carrying
y'all remember
Kiddus.
when we mentioned those things called dreams and nightmares?
Yeah?
Brace yourself.
But it
Okay.
doesn't bad.
Go and just roll
I
an
can say brace yourself.
athletics.
Me?
Yeah, because you're carrying someone jumping down a 30-foot cliffside.
Oh no, I'm not jumping. You'll see what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
flying.
Sure. Yes. Leia
Rainbow
just
wings appear.
randomly grows giant bird wings. Plot twist: she's been an owl the whole time.
But
I
they're
knew it.
rainbow colored because
Oh yeah. Oh she just goes, all right, fuck this. I'm not dealing with this right now. Too much going on. We're leaving now.
But
Yep.
fear. Agreed. No,
And
no, Leah.
Get it?
look,
It's a lost cause. No.
You know that I like you, so you know that I don't say this lightly and I don't say this out of malice. But if you go back for that thing, I'm either gonna leave you or kick the shit out of you and then forcefully take you with us.
And trust me, you don't want us to kick the shit out of you.
Kidis, I think it's released enough. It's coming actively out of the vortex.
But fear's not. Judgment is.
That I think it's the same thing.
Yes,
It is
judgment
not
that
the
will
same
come
thing.
for. Tell me, have you ever taken a candy bar, done something you weren't supposed to do ever in your life?
Nope.
Not once?
You just see Peter do a full-on owl head tilt at that.
What? Even I have.
But please tell me you
Yeah.
don't believe
Okay.
it is
So,
thing.
assuming you have, by his standards, you deserve to die.
Well, that's by
That scroll
everyone's
was not
standard.
worth it.
No, we
That scroll was not worth it.
not be here. Here is not the place to be. And if
But
that is a deity, if we're gonna deal with it later, we can deal with it later.
But she doesn't seem mean.
That's a sheep.
I don't know.
It just looks like a giant cloud with tentacles.
It's
Oh,
effeminate.
Cedar. We broke into that observatory.
Oh boy. No, well, we fell into the observatory. Let's
No.
see. Oh,
What we had
oh,
yeah. Sorry, I'm counting up the number of bad things I've done, and it is going above 3.
Gail, I run a thieves guild.
Sticks.
And she just like she just kind of like lightly kind of smacks Gale and goes, "Calm. We're getting out of this. Then we can freak the
Okay.
fuck out."
Okay. I like this plan. Let's
Leah,
And,
promise me
the
you'll help me get
freak out
Philo
later.
back.
We will
What?
get Philo back.
Leah, promise me you'll help me get Philo back.
I have no idea what a philo is, but sure.
Okay.
He's interesting.
He's a doe.
And she just and she turns around and she this is the surprise I've been waiting 2 weeks to show y'all.
Oh dear.
She takes the little cube out of her pocket, chucks it just into midair, and goes Volk, and an airship unfolds.
That is so cool.
Did you
Oh my
ever
God.
did you ever get art for that?
I did not. I thought you had.
Hmm.
But regardless, she goes, everyone on now. You can tell me how fucking awesome I am later.
Well, you're
Okay.
kind of carrying me, so.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Leah. Thank you. Cedar is already on the airship. Come on.
Gail's not far behind.
And Leah follows behind and takes the helm and does what she can to pilot this thing away.
Perfect. Do a strength check.
Okay. That is a 17.
Okay. And as a group, can you guys also do strength checks? So the rest of you.
Sure. I suppose. Well.
17.
Oh joy.
All right. Cedar got a 2. What did Gale get?
A dirty 1.
So natural 2 that got -1.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
And 17.
Perfect. So another pulse happens, and basically the mountainside is essentially continually being swallowed, and now it's actually happening in an almost like a diminishing return. It's happening faster. With each pulse, the energy is getting stronger, and the swallowing is getting faster. Now, you all kind of managed to get on the boat, except for Gale and Cedar, who were beginning to were just trying to fly to the airship to save time. and the pulse happened and actually kind of sucked them back about 15 feet as everyone's making this mad dash to the boat. Now, eventually, you all make it on board, and you begin to fly away. And thousands of tiny skulls begin flying towards you as the airship hums, and the stones, the magic stones, begin to crackle with energy. And it seems any life seems to be attracted by them as they all shoot forward towards you.
I'm going to shoot off a divine sense when at least one of them is within 60 feet of me. Are they as an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Do any of those three things, celestial, fiend, or undead, ping?
Let's see, what are you?
What are you?
Trying to see how this classifies, because it's its own thing.
Okay.
I'll give it to you though. It doesn't ping, so by process of elimination, you in your own mind classify it as an aberration.
Okay.
And the skulls that are flying towards you are also seem to be extensions of judgment, and they are not necessarily fiends, but they are also aberration.
So are they attacking us?
They're flying towards you at full speed. So they are coming towards you for sure. And the hum of the boat seems to kind of awaken them, and that's why they're kind of turning the gap and flying towards you.
I cast mage armor on myself just in case to prep.
The Chancellor actually locks eyes with the ship as well, and you can actually see the form of like a tentacle come together into a hand, and it's just pointing as its shape seems to also be changing around it, and you guys begin to fly away.
Well, that's creepy.
I hate this right now.
Are we moving faster than the skulls, or are the skulls moving faster than us?
So here's what I needed to kind of figure out, because you're technically on the tip of a threshold that's sucking you in, but I'm sure the ship is definitely stronger than. So you cast a charm, and now you're back to piloting. So we'll just turn by turn this. Actually, let's make this a skill challenge. I'm gonna put this on the fly then.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh,
So your first round was casting a spell, and I'm assuming then your movement would be to then move back to the helm to begin piloting.
Correct.
What is one cast mage armor? Cedar and Gale made it to the ship with their first skill round because they failed the strength check. So I'm going to then roll my dashes and see how close they get. Not bad rolls on my part. What is your second round of actions doing?
I'm gonna use my Does it take my action to start piloting the ship?
If you want to move it and you have to focus on flying, yeah.
Okay, then yes, I will.
Okay.
For Kittis, she kind of goes to the back of the ship and just kind of is like watching the skulls, and just kind of staring back into the void. But unfortunately, fortunately for me, unfortunately to her, is not attempting to jump into the void.
Okay. So you kind of feel the pull and you're looking, and you're just kind of looking. Are you looking? Roll a perception then. We'll make it a dice roll.
Okay. Okay, that is 23.
With a perception, you're kind of looking at what's going on, and you actually see hints of blue flame. So you kind of understand the tears, that this is going to become a tear on the world, from that notion that from what you've seen before and the tears and the blue flames coming out of the tears, you understand what this is doing is it's tearing worlds apart right now, just by the essence of the fact that the spell plague seems to be at least hinting that it's kind of in the background, mixed in with the rest of what's converging.
She kind of yells over to Leah to convey this information. But she just continues just kind of watching it. Kind of like, almost like fascinated. Like, forgetting the horror of it, just almost fascinated, just more fascinated than anything else.
Right.
And so Leah's just gonna yell over to Gale, "Get over here now! I need you specifically."
Okay. Wait.
Yeah. Sorry. What were you gonna do?
Gale. Go ahead.
I was gonna run over to Leah. I just ready just in case.
Okay. So you'll basically, I'll give you a hold action for Leah's next turn then.
Sounds good.
And what does Cedar want to do?
I think Cedar's just going to watch. She's not gonna, because I feel like shooting off a spell will start something, and I don't want to start anything if that's gonna happen. So
they're coming for you regardless.
Oh.
So just take that as you will.
Okay. Okay, you said they're aberrations, right?
Yep.
Would they speak Infernal, and is that something I would know?
Let's see. Where did I put my character? I got like too many tabs. DM is bad right now. He has like 40 tabs open.
Oh, dang.
And there's music coming from one of them.
You know. So. The aberrations, you would assume, would speak an uncommon language. More than likely it would be... Actually, okay, how about you roll either an Arcana or a Nature, whichever is higher for you.
Gotcha, let me check.
Probably Arcana, right?
I'm thinking Arcana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I highly doubt your nature's higher.
Oh, they're both the same.
Oh,
dang.
So that's a dirty 20.
Okay. You actually hear them talking, and you recognize it as deep speech.
I do not speak that.
And the counselor itself, you kind of look at it and you're like, what would you speak? And you realize that since it is a concept of judgment and it is a pretty decent role, the counselor would speak any language and all language.
Cool. I think in Sylvan, just in case. I don't know. Sylvan feels nicer.
It feels nicer.
Trying to be fancy.
That was nicer. Go fuck yourself.
In Sylvan, Peter basically shout, "We're trying to help. We're trying to fix things. Please don't kill us. Please don't judge us. They're good people." And just kind of yells that. She's keeping an eye on also the skeletons and also on Kittis. Mostly on Kittis. Because she is still not convinced that kid is not just gonna jump over the rail.
All right.
Just eat herself into the void.
Yeet.
You hear a response echoing. It sounds like crashing words against waves of water in the ocean, because you can just tell just this swirling vortex is sucking everything in. And you hear a voice that whispers in your ear back in Sylvan, very kindly and very gently. Good people don't run from judgment.
Hold on, if you repeat this.
I'm not done talking to Miss Sylvan.
Oh.
Yes, but it did Kittis hear this? Or is it in her all
Nope.
in her head?
This is so Kittis did her observation. This is Cedar's move right now.
Yeah, I just wanted, but if it was speaking out loud, she would have heard it. But I'm assuming it's in her head.
This seemed to be targeted towards Cedar. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I was like, if Kittis could hear it, if it was, she understands Sylvan.
Yeah.
She's gonna respond, still in Sylvan. No offense, but you're kind of big and scary vortex that's eating everything up at the moment. So we might also be running from the gravitational pull. Kind of more than one factor here.
Okay. Leah.
Respectfully.
What is Leah and Gale doing?
So Leah's gonna say to Gale, "Look, I need you to watch the skulls for me when they get within. I think it's. Let me see. So I have a thing for this, but I need a specific distance. So, yeah, she's gonna go. If they get within 30 feet of this ship, you let me know."
Okay, got it.
And
Anything
she's
else I
just.
need to do?
That's it right now. The rest is up to you, but stay here so that I can switch out with you as pilot if I need to.
What? I've never done anything like this before.
Neither have I.
That's strangely reassuring. Okay, got it.
And she's gonna keep just trying to get us out.
Okay. So you're just as a backup pilot. The
I'm a
skulls
co-pilot.
did not run a very good dash, so you seem to be getting at least equal distance from them. So as much distance as you put on, you seem to kind of be breaking away from the movement, and the skulls are kind of keeping pace, but you are now kind of seeming to break free of the gravity. So Gale, you're going to hold your action in case Leah needs to switch out, right?
Yep.
All right.
I'm also going to be keeping an eye on things as well as passive
Perfect.
thing.
Kittis.
And Kittis is just kind of like sitting and kind of like gently like reaching out, and kind of like feeling out the void more.
Feeling the vibe, man.
Okay. What type
she's
of
like,
roll do you want to do then?
What's the whole vibe?
Arcana, investigation, perception, survival.
Like goodbye. Okay. So I'm trying to think of what would be useful on what she don't want. Like the idea is what she's wanting is she's just basically like she's kind of like trying to connect with it, but not jump overboard.
Okay.
But I don't know what that would be.
Okay. Roll in nature then. Let's make this
Nature.
fun.
Okay. Let's try. That's in that one again.
Oh no!
This is gonna suck.
You know it's bad when the DM's laughing.
Scary.
We are
So
fucking
you see Kittis kind of trying to communicate, much like Cedar did. But instead she was like, "Oh, these are like ghosts, and I don't have a soul right now. So I'm gonna invite them in and just see if I can communicate with them that way." And her eyes roll back and go straight white, almost like a warg, as she now seems to be possessed, with a nat 1.
Dang it!
I
Because
swear, if you start saying "hold the door," I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
she opened her mind to the aberrations, and basically they welcome themselves in. And she basically just turns around and starts looking at the rest of you.
No.
Payback. Respectfully, payback.
It is like BC to shout, she will knock her out like a light. If she's possessed.
Yay, parenting.
She's possessed! That's not Kenneth right now.
That's not normal.
Let's see
I
then.
love my stomach hurts walking up this part.
What do we
Yeah,
want to do?
Teresa's
I
parents.
I prefer. Oh,
But
at least I wasn't saying anything about thirsty boys or anything
So-
like that this time.
Oh my gosh.
So as you see this happen, she then looks down at the ship and just places her hands on the railing and doesn't actually really do anything. Except from actually, let's leave this up to Kidus. Roll a sleight of hand for me, Kidus.
okay. Hand.
Chris, you can go.
That's a 9.
Okay, roll a perception, Cedar. Because you're the only one with a move left in this round.
Don't like this. You said perception?
Yep.
It's gonna be a 9.
Meets it, beats it.
It's a decent.
Yeah.
So you see underneath the railing, she's actually just placed her hands on the bottom side of the railing, just wrapping her hand around. But in her hand seems to be a forked metal rod.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh no.
So what do you do?
This is a terrible decision. I'm gonna full body tackle kids.
All right.
Just full on like in the pilot. Shut
I'm
up!
like your danger dust.
Shut up! Full on body tackle.
Shut up.
Hear the
Because it seems there's like owl talons just sort of clacking away.
So
body tackle that child.
I guess Cedar roll. Let me see. I guess
right now.
it's an unarmed attack action. So that would be
It would be a straight roll for Cedar.
yeah, it'd be a straight roll. What's your strength modifier?
0, which is why it's
Yeah,
a
it's a straight roll. Yeah, so roll a straight roll. Yeah, roll a straight roll
I'm so scared.
against Kidus with mage armor.
Good.
5.
Oh no.
So you basically running tackle Kidus, and it ends up in just like a warm embrace.
I'm gonna hug the hell out of you.
Oh dear.
I was pulling Marisha.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. So that'll bring us up to. Yeah, they're rolling really low. So you have. This will probably be the last round until you will probably be out.
Go.
That's all happening quick. So what do you? What your approach? You're very quickly now approaching the barrier. The skulls actually seem to be keeping pace with you more than catching up. The farther away from the gravity well you actually get, you actually almost see a barrier. Just with a general look, you can actually kind of see the barrier, and you're familiar with the barrier because it's the one that you entered. So you actually begin to arc the ship downward through the stone archways that you entered, because that's what kind of that's the veil between realms almost, and you actually have to kind of make your way down in there just innately to get through the barrier, and you're assuming that the gravity well will stop at the barrier just based off of what you can visually see towards the end. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to thread the needle and go through the archway.
Okay, so roll a survival.
Survival.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 7. No, it's 19.
Okay, so you feel the ship lurch and kind of creak, and the stones go dim as the speed increases, as you just feel now, for the first time, gravity from two locations, one from the ground and one from the well, as the ship just begins to just lurch and just arch down. Gale, what are you doing?
I am continuing just looking for the skulls. As soon as I feel the ship move, are we okay? What's happening?
Look, just I'm dealing with it. What the hell is happening on the ship? I'm hearing something. I'm not seeing something.
He's possessed.
What the hell is happening on the ship? Kidis is possessed, and Cedar is giving her a hug.
Trying to tackle her, it didn't work.
That's not how you tackle. Yeah, there is hugging going on. I don't think it's the good kind. And the things are getting closer, but I think we're okay for now.
Interesting choice, but okay.
Yeah, I know.
If you can do something about that, do something about that.
You sure?
Do it. Do it.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement to get over to Kidis and Cedar. Would I be able to sort of gauge what's happening?
I mean, I kind of told you what's happening. She's possessed.
She's possessed and she's being hugged. But you can't see necessarily why. So let's do this then. Since you don't know what's going on, we're going to roleplay this out. So do a quick perception or an investigation, whichever you want to do. Because depending on what you do and what you roll, it'll depend on the outcome of how it'll affect your next action.
It's 5.
Okay. So you don't necessarily see what's going on. You just see Cedar kind of freaking out and hugging her.
Now is not the time for PDA.
What do you
What do you want
to do?
Keep saying it.
As I get closer, I'm going to hear Cedar saying, "Oh, she's possessed," and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to try to see if I can do a spell here. I might be able to do anything sort of spell-wise to get the demon out of the body or whatever this is. I could.
Does Kidis feel anything with she's attached to her body?
You are arguing with your own body right now. You seem to be watching from the necklace as your consciousness is suppressed.
Okay.
Running up. I'm guessing at this point I sort of see the eyes sort of run back in the head and the constant back, like in a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's going to run up, and as he's getting closer, he's going to unlatch a small vial from his belt, pour a couple of drops on, and sort of place his thumb on, what's called his sage then, Kidis' head, as he's going to cast Bless on Kidis.
Sorry.
And it is a concentration spell. But basically, if she needs to make any saving throws for up to a minute, she can roll D4 and add that to the saving throw. I'm just thinking if at any point she needs to do wisdom or anything like that, that's there for her.
Okay.
And also holy water, just in case any residual effects for aberrations or stuffs.
Let's see. So concentration up to
You
1
ever had
minute.
to throw holy water on your child?
Sprinkle holy water.
The power of Christ compels you!
Within range.
Picture that vine with the beagle.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw.
Oh.
Okay.
Now I know that Kidis can get possessed though.
Is that something we ever wanted to know? No. Is it something we know now? Unfortunately, yes.
Is
And
it
you-
want to know?
So to clarify, you placed it on the head. You basically
just a
sprinkled.
couple.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple drops on the thumb and then just sort of place on the forehead.
Beautiful. You do this, and Kittis comes around, and she's holding this forked metal rod,
Oh no.
and she says, in a language you don't understand, a spell, as she raises her hand and starts to draw a sigil. Now, Kittis, it's your turn.
Okay.
You are going to roll, I guess, some form of spiritual grapple. So, what your options are now is you are going to roll, I guess, an attack roll grapple, but instead of using your strength modifier, you're going to use your intelligence modifier. So, an attack roll to kind of grapple your soul back with disadvantage,
Okay.
but you get a d4.
Okay, so intelligence. Odd.
What's your intelligence mod?
That's +4.
Okay, so yeah, roll a d20 with a +4,
So that's 9.
and then it's at disadvantage, so you roll twice.
Yeah, no, I got 9.
Okay.
Total. So 9 plus
Then-
3, that's 12.
So, and then you get a d4 added to that.
Yeah, I already added it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's the total 12.
12. Sick.
And that is up to a minute, so it doesn't just go away after you use it straight away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So here's something interesting that happens. Love it. So Leah's diving the boat at full force, going to breach the barrier. As the ship passes through the barrier
What's with me in passing through barriers?
to the outside world, she breathes a sigh of relief and is suddenly taken aback as the ship passes through the elemental plane of fire. It then breaches a flame and opens itself up into the 9 hells.
I beg your pardon?
We're in hell?
It passes through another breach as a tear opens up again, and Leah just sees this giant city of brass. Boat is barreling down towards the ground into this city, as all she sees now is just a street of steel crashing into the street of steel. The reality around her rips again, and there seems to just now be standing in front of her a gate of ashes. And you're in a very unfamiliar place.
Everybody or
Oh, you're all on the ship.
okay.
Basically, the ship now is floating in an unfamiliar place, and you're staring at the gate of ashes.
Wait, what?
Question, am I still possessed?
No.
Thank goodness. Okay.
Was it because of the saving, or it's because we passed through the gate?
So you were casting plane shift.
Oh, fun!
Dang it.
And because you cast
Do I
plane
have another
shift...
spell?
No.
Just needed us into another plane of existence.
You wanted to see if I could see the sigil?
No.
Hey, because we lost Harry's cam somehow, the cams got messed up.
He said
Yeah.
he'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
Alright.
We'll give him a brief moment to come on
Hold on.
back.
Hold on. So I didn't get to see the sigil. Did Cedar get to see the sigil?
Maybe Cedar or Gale saw the sigil. Oh.
New magic sigil. New magic sigil.
If we do, can you put us back?
But that would be the goal.
Put us back where it came from, or so help me.
So Leah, you were piloting the ship, and you expected to kind of get out into nature.
Mhm.
And now you see the boat floating over essentially the ether, and above you, or in front of you, I guess, mind you, the ship is floating in front of what looks to be a large fortress and a gate, and the smell of just burnt wood and ashes, like an old fire pit, and just starts seeping into your clothing, and that's all you can really smell is that firewood campfire smell all around you.
This is new.
All right. Well,
Are you okay?
does the boat seem to be in
Yes.
decent
Are you
condition?
The boat's
or-
just fine. Yeah. You
Okay.
you didn't.
Oh,
So you kind of assessed the boat just quickly,
the first time
And-
ever, the
and-
boat is okay.
and you shifted through, and you did kind of crash into a street at one point, but you realized you didn't touch anything tangible. It was really just ripping through different fabrics of reality. So you were traveling in an ulterior dimension versus a physical plane as you were shifting through the void, essentially. This is not a turn I was expecting to take. I wrote a whole thing, and
Oops.
now we're here. So I had two outcomes. I figured you would either fight the Chancellor or run from the Chancellor.
Trying.
So now I'm making stuff up as I go here. So let's
Oh boy. Oh, really? No one knows what's going on anymore.
Not even the DM knows what's happening.
That's good stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I love when the story tree kind of branches off. It makes things fun for me.
Well, I'm glad, because I'm really good, apparently, at making it go off course.
I mean, yeah.
I love that.
Oh.
Leah's first concern is the airship okay? I just got this thing. It
Yes.
was my maiden voyage.
So the trailers fresh out of the box. Are they still clean? Is everything all right?
It does continue the trope of you guys have really bad luck with ships, though.
It does.
Hey, this ship isn't broken, so I'm
Yes.
counting this as a win.
Yes.
If we are, the bar is so freaking low with our wins at this point.
Yeah, the bar's literally in hell. We got fast through it.
So, anyway, Kiddo's just like looks around and she's like, well, this is new.
Are you okay?
So my body's empty. Apparently, things can now enter into it. That is what I learned. And she kind of
Yeah.
just walks over.
How did that happen?
No idea. Just
I want to roll insight on that. I want to roll insight on whether or not she knows or not, because I know.
Is the child lying?
Sure.
Is my child a liar?
Is this a liar?
So what if I
That's 11.
11? So I guess deception for me.
Sure.
I guess that 9.
So
So,
you
are you lying?
Not technically, because she doesn't actually know how it happened.
What were you doing? What led up to the part where your eyes flipped back into your skull because of the other skulls?
I wanted to know what they were. They seemed friendly.
Friendly things don't possess you.
How did we get here?
You got possessed, you drew something in the air, and we jumped through fire, the 9 hells, and now we're...
What did I drop?
Do I remember?
Let me see. Roll, I guess, a history.
Okay.
You were right in front of it, but if you want to try to recreate it, you can.
It's one of those S's everyone draws in middle school.
Dang it.
Dang it.
That's an 11.
Let's see. If these even really exist inside of the D&D realm, or if I have to make something up.
You're welcome.
Sounds interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay. Glad that I have a little bit of everything. So I will put it up on the maps and I'll put it in Discord as well.
Okay.
You drew
And is it
a
accurate?
celestial symbol. It was very simple, so it's accurate-ish. You don't have context behind it, but you have at least what was drawn in the air with your fingers as part of the spell.
Okay.
Let's see. The abyss.
So I saw the osprey first, and then I saw the glyph.
Drew an entire osprey.
So,
Really good use of cross-hatching.
all right, let's see. So
Cedar kind of
yeah.
like, she doesn't expend any magic energy just in case. So, but she kind of like traces the figure.
It just kind of draws the figure in like in a free space in the magic notebook in the lost magic book.
Okay.
And a space that's not going to affect anything else. To make note of it for later.
Okay, where are we? And why does everything smell burnt?
Good question. The kid just kind of like turns around and she's like, Leah!
Are we dead? What is this?
I don't know.
Are we in hell? Is this place which is library?
I'm gonna go exploring.
No.
No.
So,
are
does
not
Leah put the boat down, or are you gonna kind of continue to fly? Because I have another map that kind of gives you more of the area.
She does put the boat down.
Okay. So you see kind of a long bridge, and you park near towards the fortress on the north side of a long bridge. Underneath the bridge doesn't really seem to be anything. But on the ground, on each of the kind of marble and stone tiles, if you will, that you landed the ship on, there seems to be images of wheels written into the ground. And each wheel has a different center symbol in it. And one of which you are familiar with because it's the one that was drawn for you to get here.
Do I still have the fork?
No, the fork was a platinum fork worth about 250 gold pieces, and it has since dissolved when the spell was cast.
No.
Dang it. He also had like a metal thingy. Like a fork?
Dum.
Yeah. Like a tuning fork. I kind of thought you were going to stab one of us with it at first.
Why would I stab you with a tuning fork?
You were possessed. How am I supposed to know what you would do? Heck, how am I supposed to know what you would do when you're not possessed?
Just think what would be the most fun option.
But fun is subjective. I mean, what's fun for me isn't fun for you, and vice versa.
So, what do we do?
We
I-
go knock.
Leah, any thoughts?
Can Leah read any of the symbols on the ground? Or like, are there any words that she might understand?
I'll give you the words if you want.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's a fucking Rickroll again.
Okay. So there are a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for me to give you the image without giving away what's going on. So I'm just going to give you the words. And do you want them all? Like all of them?
Yeah.
Fun.
Okay. So in no particular order, you have Elysium.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be kind of like a rainbow. The Beastlands, which seems to look like a weird dog.
Mm-hmm.
Arborea, which seems to be shaped like a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Yisgard, which seems to be shaped like a tree. Limbo, which seems to just be looking like a bunch of scratches. 1 second. Pandemonium, which seems to be a box with a swirl. The Abyss, which is basically an infinity sign with an arrow through it.
Mm-hmm.
You have Carceri, which is kind of like an eyeball with an arrow through it going up.
Mm-hmm.
You have Hades, which is kind of a box with a line through it.
Okay.
You have Genna, which is kind of like a triangle with 3 triangles in it.
Like Zelda.
You have the 9 Hells, which actually seems to be kind of familiar in a way, because it is the same. It's partially. This symbol actually made up part of the symbol that Kittis drew on the floor in the room.
Nope. Peter. I didn't draw symbols.
No, when you summon the primordial.
Oh, I summoned the primordial.
This looks familiar
Oh,
because a
yeah.
piece of it actually seems to make up the greater whole of the primordial. But it's basically an eyeball with little crosses sticking out from it.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Archon, which is a box with a cross above and a cross below.
Mm-hmm.
You have Mechanus, which is basically a wheel with a center. You have Arcadia, which looks like a star. Mount Celestia, which is a kind of like a triangle with a line through the top of it. And Bitopia, which looks like an hourglass.
Okay.
And that is all of them. They all have
Alright.
names, they all have symbols.
Hmm.
With that, you can ascertain. Oh, wait, you didn't see the symbol drawn. But collectively, you guys come to the conclusion that the symbol that Kittis drew was for the Abyss. So you presume that you shifted through a bunch of planes and got to the Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we're in
Candace is like doodling all of the different symbols in her notebook.
Let me see. I'll see if I can get a quick edit for you.
Thank you. Oh, this is so much. This is very exciting. So you guys wouldn't have this if I didn't do dumb things. What?
You know what? Should we look around? Should we knock? Like, what do we do?
If we're in the abyss, everyone speaks abyssal, right? That's where abyssal comes from, right?
Dang it, I speak infernal.
I speak primordial. Oh
you
no.
can't you?
Yes.
Oh,
I actually
no.
whispered it to my son in the bar to see if he could see how he would react.
Is that a flirting technique? Or
It's a fast way to get someone's attention.
I mean, I guess it worked.
Leah's gonna climb down from the boat. Say Valk, and as the boat folds back up, she's gonna put it in her pocket.
We follow before we get folded up.
I was just thinking I would fall off, but yeah.
Yeah. So everyone was kind of out and examining. Anyone who was on the boat would basically be folded if you're in below deck, but if you're above deck, it basically folds out from underneath your feet, and you kind of drop to the ground semi-gently.
And then she puts away the boat, and she actually is gonna go pound on the gate.
We can't hear you.
Oh, hello?
Hello? Can you hear me now?
There
we
you
go.
are.
Okay.
Hey.
When you pound on the gate, you actually begin to hear what sounds like hymns of people singing, like old. Have you guys ever played Final Fantasy X? Like old Zarkana hymns?
Okay.
No.
And just kind of like a deep throat singing of words that just seem to be incoherent.
Is it coherent for me?
It doesn't seem to be coherent for anybody.
Curtis just starts singing it incoherently back.
Why am I imagining just like Tom Jones's? It's not unusual in Abyssal.
Roll a performance then.
Performance. Okay. I do need to switch dice. This is not one. You
How
can't
does
hear
it
you.
sound? I want to know how it sounds.
How does it sound? You rolled a nat 1. You role play it.
I mean, we didn't hear that because Discord cut it out, but I'm guessing it was just a loud scream.
We're getting it out. Discord, no! It doesn't stop my beautiful voice.
Again.
But basically, just picture like louder, more scratchy, like ah.
See, your tufts just go down.
What? Why? Why?
I don't know. I can't sing that low.
So you went dog pitch?
Maybe. I figured I could go the other direction.
I'm just imagining the Doom soundtrack, but really discordant.
Yes. I don't know.
So like I said, the hymns stop for a moment, and then kind of restart from the beginning. And they seemed almost offended, so they restarted from the very beginning of their hymn, and they were just like, and you just hear the essence of kind of singing. Is anyone else doing anything?
No one else is screaming.
Not right now.
Leah's still kind of pounding on the door a little bit, just trying to get someone's attention.
Okay. Let's see.
Does anyone answer?
And you're just pounding.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
My cousin said, and Kitty summons another demon to possess himself with the bad singing.
I like that.
The door
Nice.
just begins to slowly raise. And you see kind of like a large room, basically a wall kind of in front of you that goes around, and I'll post another map here in just a second because I just got done with the images.
Ooh,
Yay! We can see where we're going to die.
we're not gonna die. They're gonna love us.
Keep in mind how you got us here.
And
They're gonna love us after that
And
discordant
I
shrieking.
think I got on the Judgment Lady's good side with that one. We're gonna go with that.
So sorry that's so
Sure.
crude, but just so you get an image of what you're looking at.
Okey-dokies.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I love the scribble out.
I was
Nothing
like,
to see here.
it's based in something, because I have this as like a plot point. But oh yeah, here's the skulls that were chasing you, in case you wanted to see them.
Oh,
See
those
that?
look cool.
Oh, I like
Ghost
that.
Rider's like Ghost Rider.
I like that a lot.
The
Oh,
Ghost
so
Rider
cool.
skulls are
I love it.
Oh.
That's right, my inner edgelord is just going yes at this point, just seeing the skulls.
Wonder if
I
I
say
could use
Una.
that as a search term for AI art now. If I could just be like, make it more edgelord. I wonder what would happen. Let's see.
Make it edgier.
Edgier.
See, this is what happens when you guys drive me off. I'm like, I don't have as much beard here, so had to dig out.
No.
In my
Boys.
defense, you could have chosen to not have her possessed.
Open your mind to the flying skull.
Yeah, you could have chosen not to roll a natural 1. I'm sorry. And then people trying to prevent you from spellcasting rolling what'd you get, Cedar? A hug?
A 5.
So that was to tackle her.
Yeah. Good job. You emotionally tackled her. Let's put that.
Just hugging Jesus back into Guinness.
So you find yourselves in the south side of this giant stone fortress. It almost seems to be falling apart as time has taken its toll on this place. You know from the bridge that you were looking at that it all seems to just be floating over this sea of purple ether. As you kind of enter, you're greeted with a wall that looks to be another gate made of stone that would open into a larger courtyard or an inner fortress, but the paths to the left and right seem mostly clear. As you hear the hymns in the distance turn to screams and fall silent.
Did we hurt them?
Well, you did.
I did.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I didn't know they saw the artistic talent and decided to add it to the song.
Oh, you want a little bit of dating advice?
Yes.
Never go to karaoke. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm sorry. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Let's go ahead.
Leah's gonna start heading towards the noise.
Okay.
Kidis follows.
Yeah. Cedar goes too.
Are you guys?
Yeah, so does Gale. At this point, he doesn't want to be left alone in hell.
Yep.
Go towards the noise.
Go towards.
We're gonna hear you scream through the wall.
So you guys kind of seem to make your way around the outside as you're going towards the noise. Now, in the distance, you actually see figures hulking about really slow. And did you guys go left or right? Because the sound is kind of all around you. It's
left.
Okay, in general north. Okay, so you guys go left, and as you turn the corner in the distance, you actually see a large hulking kind of shadow-like creature. Now I'll grab that and put it up and put it in place.
Oh no.
Maybe it's friendly.
That's my bet.
Sure
betting
it's
on it.
friendly.
I'm not betting on it. I'm just hoping.
I'll let you decide.
Decide what?
Decide what?
If it's friendly.
Yay! I choose friendly. Oh boy! New pet!
What is it?
New pet!
Oh my god!
It's a new pet!
It is awesome and terrifying.
It's my new pet.
Of course it is.
It is about the size of Leah. Just for frame of reference. So it's very tall, very wide, very large.
I can bite it.
It's and it doesn't seem to pay you too much mind, but it's going kind of in the opposite direction.
Is it the thing making the noise?
It is not making the noise.
Should we go the other way?
It doesn't seem to be running away from whatever's over there.
It's walking slowly. It's not running at all.
So it's not afraid of it.
Roll a group investigate. Well, what do you guys do? You want to stop and investigate for a moment, or do you want to just quickly perceive?
Leah would just quickly perceive.
Okay.
Probably perceive.
Go ahead and just roll a group perception, because you all kind of stop in your tracks for a moment when you see it.
That's a 13.
22.
7.
14.
Okay, with a quick
I rolled a 10.
perception, it's not too bad. You notice that you look down, and there seems to be a small, we'll call it trail, carved out of the stone from repeated use. So it looks like something has walked this path for long enough that the stone has actually worn away slightly.
I don't like that.
Gosh, yeah.
But you only really notice it in the area that you're looking up towards. So you only really see a northward carving out of stone. And as you guys do that perception, it kind of slowly turns the corner and goes a little bit out of sight.
What the heck is happening?
I don't know, but I want to avoid that meanie.
Not a meanie. You're a meanie.
Hey.
You're judging something off of its appearance.
Play nice.
It has large, jagged teeth and 6 eyes.
So,
Like a spider.
So you're going to sit and judge what, like, every spider that exists? Every
Don't make me out to be an arachno racist, okay?
I don't like spiders because when I died, they crawled all over me trying to deliver me to Lolf.
Yeah, I was thinking that the same logic would apply to the...
I don't think all spiders follow Lolf. Maybe some of them are smarter.
Look, I'm not racist against spiders, kiddos. We're not having this conversation right now.
I want to not be here right now.
Well, then we might as well go figure out what the noise is. Maybe the noise can take us home.
Maybe next time skulls are following us, don't get possessed.
Wasn't my fault.
I have a hard time believing
Thanks, Mom.
Also, Sharice's mom just came into the room and said that it was her fault.
No context.
Thank you.
It's true. It's
Thank
true.
you.
It's beautiful. And I appreciate Teresa's mom. Because it's true. Anyways, so...
Teresa's mom just spitting truth bombs. Right
no,
here.
just truth bombed. She's like, I raised her, I know. We'll just invite her to stream next. That's what we'll do. Next stream, we'll just invite all your parents, and they could just spill all the tea.
As a Brit, I like that.
But in any case, though, are we continuing towards the noise?
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you guys just kind of moving forward and just following in the path, or what are you guys doing exactly?
Yeah, pretty much.
Candace kind of like holds on to like Cedar, just kind of like grabbing like her clothing, just kind of like as like a guide thing as she like looks around, because she's just like, this is like the coolest place we've ever been.
When Cedar feels Candace grabbing her clothing, she's like, okay, hey, and then just like holds her hand instead. Just making sure.
So, you guys kind of continue walking. And as you reach kind of the turning point to the left, you see something.
What do we see?
Another meanie.
What do we see?
No, Gail's the only mean.
It says, I'm never gonna give you... No, I'm joking. No,
A demonic Rick Astley.
A demonic Rick Astley.
Whoa!
No!
It's a Beheldor!
So, as you look to the left, you see a single-eyed, smiling shadow with tentacle arms with eyeballs at the end, and what looks to be a small child screaming for help. And it looks at you and locks eyes, and it just grins like the Cheshire Cat.
It's us. Oh gosh.
We gotta help the child, right?
Yeah. I mean, we already helped one child out of a basement. What's another? Call back.
Love the callback.
Leah's gonna turn to this creature and she's gonna say in Abyssal, of course, how did we get here and how do we get home?
In Abyssal. You're just talking to him?
Mm-hmm.
Sup, my guy.
Hello. Oh.
I'm eating. Don't be rude. And it slowly begins to open its mouth, and it looks like it's about to chomp the child's head off.
Hey.
Let's and I'm assuming it responded in Abyssal, or
It did.
okay. Even
kicks
so,
it.
alright,
Leah's
let's
Yeah,
put that to
Peter
the
just called
side
them.
for now, and
The chomp.
maybe I can offer you something better. What is it that you enjoy eating aside from, children?
I eat the same as your friend over there.
Bread?
Oh no.
They travel through here, I catch them. Like an amoeba at the bottom of the sea. I don't have to move for my meals, and I haven't for quite some time.
Can you tell us how to get home? Can you help us get home to the material plane?
I'm sure you can go see Mother.
Who's oh.
You don't.
Oh right, I can't hear
understand.
it. Sorry. English.
Yeah, come on, speaking of Abyssal, if you want us to really get into character.
She is at the bottom of the abyss. She is its keeper of the outer circle.
How do I get there?
You go down. And as he says that, he bites off the top half of the child. But there's no blood, there's no guts, there's no viscera. It's literally an image of a child, and from where its torso is just a small blue smoke that seems to then be billowing up like a balloon that popped, full of colored powder.
Is that she like Kidis joins it and she's speaking in Abyssal. Is that a soul or life essence?
Care to break bread? And one of the arms wraps around what's left of the child's torso, and by its leg, it carries it over and puts it right in front of Kidis to see what she does.
Kidis kind of like looks over at the others and she's like a little bit nervous. She's like kind of like trying to gauge what they're like thinking.
Oh boy.
What did she see from you guys?
Cedar's still a little bit shocked by watching the beholder just chomp the kid. So the expression on her face is just, oh my god.
So I want Kidis and Leah to roll an insight check.
Okay. 17.
5.
So Kidis doesn't get it because you are distracted by how tasty this looks. Your mouth is almost salivating at the fact that you're like, oh, I know I just ate, but this looks really good. And then your conscience is like, it's the soul of a child, or what is? And then you're just like, it's not a soul, but you're like, this is the essence of a child, and you're like, huh. And then Leah kind of understands that the creature is irritated, but it's offering to break bread with you, as in like a vow of peace, and that you don't come aggressively, because it was already kind of irritated that you interrupted its meal. So you get the impression that it would be rude not to accept. But Kidis is just salivating like a dog with a bone right now.
And so over the mind link, the only thing Kidis hears from Leah is just accept it.
Without hesitation, with the permission, Kidis just consumes.
So Kidis places her hands on the essence of what's left of just the floating legs held by the arm. And her hands almost become what looks to be gray and like waterlogged, like you've been in the tub too long, as they kind of wrinkle, and the essence gets folded into the wrinkles of her hands as it's absorbed into her body. And the creature smiles and nods and just says, "Go deeper."
And Leah will nod, say thank you, and leave.
Okay.
And when they get out to a place where they could unfold the ship, she unfolds the ship and prepares to go deeper.
So you kind of get to the north, and you travel through these open archways, and you can actually hear as you travel north that the first creature that you saw seems to be traveling in a circle and walking in a circle, and he comes up from the south as you guys are turning the corner to go away. I'm assuming you continue to move because you said you kind of wanted to unfold the boat, but there seems to only really be one pathway that travels through the ether, and that's the top of a tower that seems to then go down almost like a large well.
Is there a ladder or something? Or like a stairway down?
You peer down, and I will show you what you see.
Stairway to hell.
So,
Oh my goodness.
as you guys peer down, there seems to be a bottom point where the tower opens up, and there's light coming from it. And if you kind of take... You could probably fly. It might be big enough for the ship if you're going really, really slow and really, really careful. Because it's about 25 feet across, so you'd actually have to kind of angle the ship like very precariously to get down. But it would be possible if you took the time to do it. And it opens up into this... basically, the opening is actually broken pieces of tower that form this kind of broken pathway that seems to be spiraling into another hole, essentially, or vortex. Now, how do you guys want to get down? Do you want to fly? Do you want to take the ship?
Girl's gonna stay on the ship if that's how we're getting down there.
Kidis just kind of follows Leah's lead. Like, she's kind of been avoiding Cedar and Gale.
Oh. I shouldn't need to do that. I mean, Cedar is, granted, a lot freaked out at the moment, but she'll get over it.
Yeah, I know,
That's
but
not
while you're
racist,
freaked
okay?
Yeah, so Leah would, just seeing it as the only way to get down, would unfold the boat.
Okay. So you unfold, you all get aboard, and you slowly kind of go down this tower, probably a few hundred feet. It takes the better part of probably 45 minutes to an hour if you want to avoid like dinging up the new boat.
Yeah.
But
No.
but eventually you reach the bottom. Now, what I want you guys to go ahead and do is roll a general survival.
Oh gosh, that's gonna go well.
I know.
Survival. Survival. That's +3.
10.
13.
12.
All right. What'd you get, Cedar?
16.
Oh, okay. You were smiling like you got a bad roll, and I didn't hear you, so I was like, uh-oh.
No. I was just general nervous about what is happening.
So what you guys notice as you're going down is that none of you get thirsty. None of you get hungry. None of you really seem to get more tired or bored or exhausted. It doesn't feel like the day is going on, even though you just kind of spent an hour on a ship going down at a very slow rate. You don't get tired. You don't have to pee. You don't get hungry, and it seems like everything within you kind of stops. And where you guys think it's kind of stopped, Cedar realizes, man, time must be traveling extremely slow here. And Cedar, since you were the only one that kind of realized that this is time related, roll an Arcana.
Okay. Ooh, hey. 27.
Whew, all right, good rolls when it comes to story. So, you guys are very used to the Feywild when it comes to time progression, and Cedar realizes, oh man, I am very used to the Feywild and how time goes extremely fast there, and I can spend a minute there, and it's 3 weeks in the real world, and you're like, but here, the farther away from the edge or from the center, time travels slower. So a minute here would probably be milliseconds back home. And time actually seems to be going in the opposite direction.
Like the opposite direction?
Well, opposite in the sense that it's kind of like, think of it as in the opposite is what you guys are familiar with. So you guys go to the Feywild, and it's wild magic, and it's swirling, and it's kind of like the center of the vortex. Or let's think of it like a black hole. You know what I mean? As you kind of, the time is progressing differently towards the edge.
Time dilation effect, yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of think that...
That I know.
Yeah. That if the Feywild traveled fast, with how slow time is progressing here, you must be extremely far from the Feywild, which means you are extremely far from creation.
Oh, lovely. We're on the outer rim.
I'm gonna relay that information to the others. Kind of end up with, so we seem to be really far from the Feywild, from creation, probably from all of our Fey Queens.
Great.
Oh.
So stop insulting things by calling them ugly, Gail.
I'm confused on that.
Because if we don't have our Fey Queens to help us get out of this, we need to play nice with the locals.
Okay, I think we're all kind of panicking a little here. Just curious. What was that? What did you do?
Are we almost to the bottom?
No, we're not mad. We're just confused.
Curious.
We're confused and slightly alarmed.
I can't eat. Normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is that what you can eat? Okay.
Children?
Life from other creatures.
Does this work on animals? Have you tried that yet?
No, I've only tried it with things that had souls.
Like animals.
When we get back to creation, we can try it on some animals. Maybe that'll help with not having to eat children, but just know we're not mad at you or anything. I don't know, you seem a little jittery.
So yeah, Irma's to the bottom.
Okay, and there she goes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I messed up. she got hers to go. I feel like I messed up there.
No, no, no. You did what you could. It's okay.
I'm so confused right now.
Me too. What is any of this?
I don't know. I'm freaking out. I mean, we
Okay,
just
let's
gotta be
just.
older. How is this gonna work?
I think the best thing to do right now is to just focus on. Let's not compartmentalize, but let's
Not focus
try and
on
keep
it
a
right
level
now?
head. Yeah, let's not focus on existential dread and potentially dying. Let's focus on getting back to everything, and then once we're safe, then we can process this.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about it later.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Yeah.
you kind of conclude and you reach the bottom. And the ship can actually fit through the open doorway. And you kind of see it as it's all broken and slowly all swirling into what seems to be a large purple ball of energy kind of at the focal point. And it's the focal point of this area as everything seems to be swirling into it, but at a very, 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 very slow rate. Like a millimeter a year.
Oof.
Gosh.
I feel very impatient right now.
So
That's just your ADD.
do you fly over to the orb? Do you follow the debris path? How do you want to traverse this area to get to, I guess, the center of where you're going?
I'll follow the debris path.
Okay. So you do kind of just that. You slowly kind of float through. You notice tidal forces kind of on the outset of the debris path, and anything not made of like stone would probably get torn apart in an instant if it breached the threshold essentially of outside of where the debris is. And there seems to be a very natural flow of the magic here, and you seem to follow it pretty well. Any sort of touching to the outside and the boat just you hear a zapping sound as just force kind of hits it, but no real damage is done. And you kind of end up in a large room, what seemed to be the remains of another tower just kind of floating, and everything is around this arcane ball of purple energy.
Leah's just gonna shout out, "We're here looking for Mother."
Sorry, I just had a funny thought. The pseudo dragon pops its head out of the sack. Nope, not you.
Right? It's like,
stay in the bag.
I'm Mom.
Stay in the bag safe.
What is doing?
You hear an echoing of a sound that you can't quite make out, and it seems to be coming from the orb, but it seems to be like a repeated pattern. All you can really hear is like a thumping. You can't really hear what it is exactly, but it seems to be the only sound in the room is coming from the actual orb itself.
Okay. We'll get closer to the orb.
Okay. Do you want to do like an investigation? Or just perception?
Sure.
Okay.
Perception would be ideal, but
Okay. Go ahead and just roll your perception. So you're kind of piloting the boat around the orb and you're looking at it, I'm assuming, yeah?
Okay. That is a 19.
Okay. You see a completely different room at first glance on the inside of the orb. And it actually looks like it has another center to it. So you get the impression with that one there that you need to go into that room to continue to progress down.
Is the orb big enough to fit the ship or no?
It is.
Okay. Then we'll just go head on.
Is YOLO?
drive into the orb.
Okay.
Gotten us this far.
Right. It almost seems like you're entering another. I'll call it a dilation of energies where you kind of just slowly push in, and the front of the boat seems to kind of be aging faster than the back of the boat at almost like a normal rate. And you can kind of hear, as you pass through, the cracking of energies of each. But you make it all through as you just continue to progress, as long as you don't pull out. And you guys all feel kind of a searing pain. It hurts to cross this barrier, and you all lose 1/4 of your health getting through it in this fashion.
Yay. Now let's do mathematics.
1/4, you said?
1/4.
Okay.
This is normal.
This is fine. This is fine.
We're fine.
It's fine.
But you now enter another room that actually looks unlike a lot of the others. It's almost like a sanctuary. There are trees here, but they've been dead a long time. There's no life really left in them. There does seem to be pillars that you seem semi-familiar with, because it's the same type of barrier energy that keeps the Feywild at bay. In the connections of creation, you recognize the symbols as the ones on the archway, and it kind of breathes out a familiar blue, so you're like, oh great, another portal. Because you, Leah, would recognize it kind of right away.
Yeah, no.
But now you actually hear the sound really, really, really clearly now. That seems to be repeating, and it just says waka 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 waka, and then it stops, and then it's waka 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 waka, and then it stops.
It's a giant Pac-Man.
But that's all you really hear. This is probably as far as the boat will go. It is a small room surrounded in darkness, and really there isn't a lot of room to get past the boat to the pillars and basically navigate around the room.
Okay. Well, so we'll collapse the boat, and I will. I'll do just a general investigation of the, or like a, like an investigation of the area. Try and figure out what I can about this portal. That kind of thing.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an investigation.
Okay. 15.
Not bad. Does anybody want to assist?
Actually, I would. I'd like to examine some of the runes.
Okay, so you're going to do the runes. Go ahead and roll your investigation as well.
Would that be investigation or arcana?
You can do arcana.
I'll need arcana. That'll be a 10. I did not roll well that time.
Okay. You're kind of examining the runes, and you get a zap when you touch them. Much like the lightning energy from what made the stones become sentient back near Leah's home. Leah kind of walks into the center and goes, okay, well, I'm already kind of familiar with the runes, so I know they're kind of manifesting an energy and protecting a barrier. So you kind of walk to the center of the room, and you realize that every one of the stones in the 3 piles can actually move or be removed. But when you kind of lift one up, I'll just say you lift one of the outer ones up, because you're just kind of looking to see what's underneath it, and you don't see anything. It's just blackness like the rest of the room. But as this is the only thing in the room that's interactable, you kind of assume that this is where the portal is, and you need to do something to make the portal open, essentially.
And what are the symbols on the ground on the center portion?
They are the same repeating of the celestial wheel that you kind of saw earlier.
Okay.
And the ones in the very top in the center are two really worn away to sea.
Okay. So Leah's gonna go. All right. I think we have to move these, and she pats the stone in the position of where we want the portal to open, and they all have to be on the same symbol, and it should open to that place if I'm right.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. So,
Yep.
where
are we trying to go?
where should we go?
So you're all kind of standing around the center of the room that Leah was just looking at, and I'll put you there.
Let's see. A lot of these sounds like so much fun.
But these don't actually seem to. They seem to be the only thing in the room that can move.
Okay, so which one is ours? We made it to the abyss.
So in the positioning of the image that I sent earlier, it'll be kind of in the lower right side. You can kind of see it carved into the very outside ring on the lower right, kind of near where I'll put your character.
Yeah, I see. I see where the abyss is on the thing.
Yeah, I see where the abyss is.
I'm trying to figure out where we want to
Anything
go.
on that bracket that from Acheron to Pandemonium, I'm thinking maybe we just want to go anywhere there. Feeling like Limbo, probably not.
You keep hearing the same sound repeat in the room. The waka 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 waka.
Oh,
And the
wait, are we
sound
supposed to look
dies.
for one that looks like Pac-Man?
Or Fuzzy Bear. Waka waka!
So Kiddo's kind of leaves the runes alone for a minute and tries to pinpoint where the sound's coming from. Are you speaking to me or?
No. So you will kind of look around the room, and you'll kind of move around to different spaces, and it seems to be everywhere. But it's an echo. So why don't we do this? Roll a perception then. We'll make it up to a roll.
Everybody, or
Just Kiddos, because she's kind of looking around for it specifically.
Okay, give me a second. I'm working off my phone now because my computer decided it doesn't like to pull up D&D Beyond right now. So perception.
Yeah.
Okay, 19.
So you close your eyes for a moment, and you kind of get rid of the echoing in your mind, and you kind of focus in, and you realize the sound is coming from the exact center of the room, and then echoing off of everything else.
we turn the music down just a little on our end.
Okay, it just kind of goes to the center. Like she's not going to try to activate whatever portal thing, but she's going to basically try to figure out, like, just kind of figure out what the sound is.
It is waka 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 waka.
Hello? It just needs to be the center of it.
There is no audible response to your hello.
What's everyone else doing?
Still looking at the runes.
Like everyone else is like, you guys figure it out.
Well, I'm trying to look at the runes and figure out if any of them sound relevant.
I wonder where Mechanus goes. That sounds like ours. Maybe.
Ooh, I got lunch. It's vegetarian spam musubi.
It's
My wife
vegan.
made it.
Ooh. Aw,
Mm.
cool.
Arcadia sounds like it has magic.
Cool. So,
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
I mean, last time you drew a tree on the ground.
Right,
True, I'm
so-
wondering if it is Isgard.
Tell me, do I have a telepathic link with my rats?
Oh no! I understand the idea. I think I know what you're gonna do.
I mean, yeah, technically, I guess. It is very, very much noise. Squeakers would understand a human language. The rats would kind of understand to a degree, for like basic commands and stuff. But yeah, I suppose you could have a telepathic link to them. It's very chaotic, though.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move the stones into the spots for the beastlands.
Okay.
All right.
And then I'm gonna have one of my rats come out of the bag. I'm going to twist the ring on my finger and cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. So,
And I'm going to say, report back to me just by thinking as to where this leads. If this leads back to home or somewhere else.
okay.
The
So what stone did you move and where, just to clarify?
I can't see the markings very clearly, but I move them into the positions of the beastlands.
So there's essentially a circle, and you could pull the stones away or move them on top of each other. So I guess the question is, what shape are you making?
Honestly, I don't remember the shapes.
It looks like a
No,
like
so
somebody who tried to make a stick figure of an animal.
yeah. Okay, so I guess let me clarify then. So you have 3 circles. The Beastland symbol would be, I'll put your character on it.
Okay.
Essentially, the symbol for the Beastlands would be there.
Okay.
And it's on the second ring. And so, what are you moving on to or away from that symbol?
I'm moving the stones onto that symbol.
Or
if they're
Okay. So you're pulling basically the top right circle onto the beast stone, opening up the blackness below, and telling one of your rats to go in and report back.
yes.
Okay. So he jumps into the blackness, and he is unfortunately never heard from again.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Oh gosh.
Oh, are the rats not strong enough to face the crossover?
The void?
Well, like when we had to like go through the
Well, the crossover only took 25% of our health.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
So this that he just jumped into, why don't we roll for it? Roll a group arcana.
Ooh. Okay.
16.
9.
26.
27.
Good rolls. So as a group, you kind of come to the conclusion, and Gail just kind of agrees after the fact, that this portal,
Nodding along.
right? This portal, if opened incorrectly, will open into nothingness, the literal abyss that sits underneath the world. But if the stones are opened correctly, you get the impression that the portal will open.
Oh, so it's just not open the right way.
Then I'm going to walk
obviously I got-
around the rest of the circles and look for any other sigils of the beastlands.
Seems to be only in that general area where you were before.
Okay.
So we can pick up the stones. We can't, but can we turn the table?
Hmm.
You can if you want, yeah. I mean, you can basically, you can spin the outer rings, or pull out the center ring.
Like, can we pull out sections of the center ring or the entire center ring?
You could pull out, yeah, either or. Like, you can pull out sections, or you can remove the entire top ring.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'll say real quick, is it right if I jump off? I'm really not feeling well at all. My head's just pounding at the moment.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
As long as we have permission to use your healing as needed.
Yeah, please do. And let me know how it goes so I can catch up as well.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to have to jump out, but
All good.
really not
No
well,
need to
so.
apologize, okay?
Feel better, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy your session. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
All right.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
We're gonna have to fix the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get on this here soon.
We could take our break.
Mm-hmm.
We're about halfway through.
Take a break and then hop back on with clearer heads. Maybe figure out how the heck to get
Figure out what the heck we're doing.
Yeah, before you jump off, give me 10 seconds.
No problem. But anyway, guys, aren't you so glad that I did this?
I don't know. The exploration is cool, but where are we?
We're in the abyss.
No, we just passed into a portal into this, so we're technically not in the abyss.
No, this is probably the same abyss, just different part of it. I'm thinking we just went deeper into it. That's my theory, anyway.
That's a good point.
We're at the part of the abyss that's falling apart because the abyss is eating itself. Or something.
The abyss is hungry.
Like the beholder. Sophie doesn't like you right now.
Child.
Huh?
You ate a child today.
Okay, so
That
Tavern
is something that you said.
Tavern Bard is just going to take the place of Gale for a moment. Because the cameras were being a pain, so this will work. Let's
Yeah,
get everyone
No
back.
worries at all.
But yeah, so you guys want to take a 5 then?
Yeah.
Take a bite.
Okay.
We'll be back
Back
in a
in a
second.
Hello, everybody.
Can they hear us and see us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Say hello. I actually really didn't mean to do this one. This was not even slightly on purpose. This was literally like an accident. Like I didn't mean that to happen. I had a different plan in mind. This was literally just like, oh.
Oopsies. Oh, hey, Rain. I sent you a message on Instagram.
Okay.
All right. So how we feeling?
Pretty good.
Good, good.
Okay.
I'm making popcorn.
This is what an unprepared DM looks like. Let's go.
You're doing great.
You're doing fantastic, especially since you have a character that purposely does stupid things.
No, it actually works. I had this whole thing planned out if you guys were gonna face judgment and stuff, and then I also had like this other thing with like if you guys had made it out, like if you guys like stuck around to watch what happened, like I had all these things, and you're like, nope. I'm gonna reach out to the nothing. But this is cool because this actually gets to expand on a little bit of lore. Because I just did a fun thing, and I don't think you guys realized it. Because you guys don't know a lot of the history, I guess. So do you guys want a tidbit as a player, or do you guys just want to not have that tidbit? Tidbit. Okay.
No tidbit, no spoilers.
No, a little bit of spoilers. They
No
asked.
spoilers.
So,
That is true. We did.
so you guys are familiar with the way the world was in 5e. I gave you guys the world tree model with the way the world is fracturing apart. This model that you guys are in was actually a proposed model from the sages. Before the world was created, they had an organization that was not the world tree that they wanted the world to be in. And you guys are inside one of them.
Oh, fun! We're part of the first draft.
So, it's canon, which is why I'm using it. But this may, depending on what happens, may be the only time we use it. Because by keeping it, I'd have to add a fourth timeline, and I'm willing to do it.
Oh,
No,
It's more work.
I would have been perfectly willing to face judgment.
But no, I love it.
my character's a convicted criminal.
Fierce doesn't think she does anything wrong.
No. That doesn't change what would actually end up happening.
You guys see my
She's a
assistant?
better version of herself.
Since you guys are in the void, I figured it was appropriate.
Hello, little void.
Okay.
Oh.
She's like blending
are
in
there any-
completely in my shadow. It's funny.
Yeah.
So, this makes sense. Like does the outer and inner wheel all have the same symbols? Like, or it's like some of the symbols are on the inner wheel, some of the symbols are on the outer wheel.
So I scratched off everything that didn't apply to you guys right now. So you guys are kind of, all the symbols are along the outer wheel.
All right. So all the symbols are on the outer wheel, and so what are the symbols on the inner wheel here? So there seems to be 3 wheels.
Yes. So you have the outer wheel, which are the symbols essentially. You have the secondary wheel, or the more inner wheel, and that is the planes. They have different astral plane names, and then the top stone is completely worn off.
So, where's the one for the material? Like, Kittis kind of like looks for the one for the material plane.
You would assume it would be one of the top stone ones, but it's rubbed off and not visible.
Dang it! there's times like this that I wish I had like some sort of like restoration spell, like kind of like in like certain like time mage games.
I'm actually gonna I'm gonna run my hand over one of the symbols that we can actually see. Is it like textile, or is it just like a drawing to where there's no texture to it?
It's carved in and filled with paint.
Okay. So
Ooh.
I'm going to use my mason's tools to try and feel out the carvings of the inner wheel.
Interesting.
I also have an idea.
Okay. So we'll resolve then. So roll a, I guess.
I'd like.
Let me see what type of roll this would
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I should think of.
I heard firelight.
I said, can I have a bite?
Firelight.
Ah, yes, fire.
Let's do nature.
Okay. That is a 14.
Did you?
Okay. You begin kind of feeling it out, and you get a light sense of what it might look like. And did you want to begin kind of carving it away?
I do.
Okay. We'll say that'll take a couple of minutes to get there. And and then Cedar, what was your idea?
With the one that Leah's not on, I want to take a piece of notebook paper. Out, like I want to take some paper out of like one of my notebooks, lay it on the rock, and then really gently, take some like either graphite or charcoal, and just kind of rub it on to see if I can find the impression.
Gotcha. And you're gonna do it for one of the other top stone ones?
Yeah, one of the ones that's rubbed off.
Okay. So you, and it's one of the ones, Leah, on what direction? Like,
So the top and the bottom were rubbed off, right?
so the whole top ring is rubbed off. But Leah is working on the one on the top right. Did you want to work on kind of the one on the top left?
Yes, because I want to see if this will work, and if it'll either make what Leah's doing easier, or yeah.
Okay. So roll a survive. Yeah, we'll do a survival because this is kind of interacting with this Boy Scoutish or Girl Scoutish. I'm not here to judge.
He said survival. 3. Yeah, that's about a 10.
Okay. So you begin to do your stone rubbing with the piece of paper. And in the center, you kind of rub and get the letters IR. In the top right, you get NER space PLA. And then on the right side, you have ELEM.
Okay, so one of them is elemental plane. What was the first one?
You get 2 letters. It's IR.
IR, and then what was the next one? Sorry, I'm trying to get
ELEM.
ELEM.
Hold on one second. I think something spilled in the kitchen. I'll let you guys figure this out.
No problem. We'll be thinking.
Yes.
I'm kind of
So I think that one of them's the elemental plane.
Let's go there. That sounds like a great plan.
I don't know about that.
What happens if I try summoning a primordial in its own plane?
Wonder if IR is fire. Or, well, no, that'd be elemental, wouldn't it? It's not just a fire plane, right?
I don't think so. I think it would just be I think it'd be just elemental, because elementals would be like the fire, earth, like the things in my book.
The avatar.
Yeah. Kale becomes the avatar.
That would fit though.
Air does not save water.
Very ang.
Mm-hmm.
From the air tribe.
So next he needs to do Earth.
Yeah.
Rain, what you thinking?
Magic stone.
No.
You don't know?
Mm.
I don't know either. The thing is, I'm trying to think, like, why do you think it's the Beastlands? Like, it's our home.
I just have a gut feeling.
Okay.
Okay. I'm down to either Beastlands or Isgard because the tree. Well, did he say that the I
Sorry.
and the R were sequential or?
They seem to be part of the same word. The ENR space PLA seems to be a different part of the words, like in a different set. And then you have the ELAM, which is part of another set of words on a different area. I'm going to need 5 minutes. Should we break, or do you guys want to just kind of discuss?
We'll sit and discuss.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, my Brita filter has like a little spigot, and I refilled the Brita filter, but I didn't put the spigot up, I guess, and it's now all over my floor and kitchen and under the sink.
No problem.
It's just wet.
But I think yours might actually be the material plane and elemental plane because ERPLA material plane.
Is that?
I might be. Yeah, it is.
What's up, Ben?
Oh. So,
Nice to meet you.
sorry, I got distracted. What you were saying, Rain?
I was saying that the one Cedar's working on could be
Is
the
it-
material plane because it says ERPLA as in material plane.
I
Yeah.
can see it. What are the different planes? I need to know what IR is for.
IR is probably the fire elemental plane because there
So
are
there's an
4
elemental
elemental
plane.
planes.
Oh, so there's fire. That one's fire, and then the ELM is probably a different elemental plane.
Probably.
Elemental plane of fire.
Yeah, that is probably what it is. That's what it's looking like. ER could also be inner or outer planes.
We'll have to ask if there's like letters between it, like if it's ER, like blank space ER blank space, like how much space is between it. But I
feel like material plane is probably where we want to.
Yeah, that's probably where we want to go. Because that's where last one.
Roll.
Wait, so if we pick up the stones and move them to a different place, is that rearranging basically this giant circle the way it currently is? And basically we can rearrange creation.
No, it's like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like we're basically just shifting a doorway.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But I don't know how to shift the doorway to make it open.
That's what we're trying to figure out. I think we need to put it on what plane we want to go to, what specific area of that plane, and then whatever the outer ring is.
Yeah, I think that should be, and obviously we send the rat through first.
So the question to me I have is, do we pick it up and move it, or do we just spin it to where we want it? That's why I asked if it could spin.
I'm honestly kind of thinking we spin it, because I feel like the Waka Waka is basically him saying, make it look like Pac-Man.
Oh.
Which is why I asked if we could just remove segments of the inner ring.
That's a good point. If we do segments of the inner ring, we can make it like point towards what we
want. Okay.
Right, I like this.
So do we want to do?
We're coming up with this on the fly. Like, this is a good puzzle.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
No
No problem.
worries. I think we may have figured something out. Maybe.
Maybe.
Heavy emphasis on the word maybe.
So with my carving, what do I get?
You get a good question. You get in the center. You get the word water.
Okay.
In the top right, or excuse me, top left, you get the word chaos. And the bottom left, you get the word plane.
Okay.
Chaos plan sounds like a great plan.
No.
I'm gonna head over to Cedars and try to carve it out a little bit and see what I get that she hasn't already gotten.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. This would be your nature
Nat
again.
fucking 20.
Okay. So these ones are not as bad. So you actually kind of finish the words. And on the outside, it says interior plane. On the inside, it says air. And then you complete the word elemental from the drawing. And so what you guys, come together and kind of realize that this is literally kind of what I told you, the tidbit of information before, since you're going to get it now anyway. This is another organization of the planes of existence, where you had the organization of the world as you kind of know it. The center of it seems to match what you guys know. However, you guys are not familiar with any of the interior planes, the upper planes. You thought the world kind of ended at elemental chaos, but you seem to be in a world that's continued. And so you can kind of actually piece together the rest of it. That if you have air and water, you have earth and fire down below. And then in the center, the world as you know it, where you have Shadowfell, Material Plane, Feywild, and Ethereal Plane. So you kind of piece together the center, but then realize that the outside ring is the extended center, and you've never heard of any of this type of stuff before.
So is the outer ring where like the Beastlands is?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I think we need to make it look like our organization that we know in order to get sent back.
Yeah, I'll let you try that, and I'll.
I think we need to move the outer ring with stuff that we don't know, and then try.
So do you want to? So are you going to try to remove everything that you're unfamiliar with? Is that what you're saying?
That's gonna be nerve-wracking.
I'm thinking I shouldn't.
I mean,
no offense. I don't trust you with this decision.
It's up to you. It's not my decision. I was only clarifying what you were trying to do.
I don't trust being offered this decision, is what I mean.
But I have a cat. I'm innocent. Look.
You're also the GM.
I'm the GM who keeps letting me do stupid things. Hi, cat. Oh, okay. So I don't get, like, there's nothing else with the stones.
I'm afraid if I move the stones, I'll break the universe.
No, Kidis already did that.
You broke the Shadowfell.
No, I didn't break it. I just did.
You hear a repeat. You hear a repeat of the same sound. Waka 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 waka.
I'm gonna go off what Rain said earlier and make it look like Pac-Man.
Okay.
Also, Ben wants to know if the cat's name is actually Void.
No. Her name is Meow or Mimette.
Cute.
She's named after one of the Witches 7 from Sailor Moon.
Witches 5.
Witches 5. I don't know why I said Witches 7. It's Witches 5. Thank you for the correction.
Comes from Adventure Time.
But when we first saw her, it's really funny. When she sits, She looks like she's stoned. What movie was that? Neverending Story? No, not Neverending Story. The Gamork.
Story.
Yeah, she looks when she's like stoned faced. She looks like she's high, and she looks like the Gamork from Neverending Story, and it's really funny.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
So let's make it look like Pac-Man, but
So
pointing to the material plane.
okay, so out of the inner ring, which I'm assuming 2 do you remove? The left 2 or the right 2?
Which ones say material plane?
The exact center.
Fuck. All right.
So
So
if-
what do the left 2 and right 2 say exactly?
I'll put it up for you. Hang on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
There you go. Put it in Discord. That's the center. That's
Okay.
that's the world how you know it.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Oh,
Did we get something new or? Sorry, ours is still loading.
Oh,
yeah.
I put it not in the wrong chat. Hold on.
Yeah, no, he shot it directly to me.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I did an oops.
Oh.
okay. So that's what's in the middle. So we can't Pac-Man to the material plane.
Not
There's
exactly, no.
something I never thought I'd heard.
What? What'd you say, Doku?
I said not exactly. So if you were to remove the left piece and the right piece, like just depending on whichever 2 you remove from the center to create the Pac-Man mouth, you would either be removing air and fire, and then part of the material plane, part of Shadowfell, part of Feywild, you know what I mean? Or you would be removing water and earth, and then the right half of the material plane, and etc.
Well, that's not ideal.
Mm-mm. Gosh, I have no idea what we're doing.
Well, pick left or right.
Left.
Yep.
Okay. So you remove the left 2 stones from the center and create the Pac-Man shape. And you hear a different sound now. Near, 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 near. Wah, wah. And the
Damn
two
it.
and the 2 stones reappear.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll try right.
So you remove the right 2, and this time you don't see void. You see more purple.
Purple?
Like the room above,
Send
how
in
it
the
had
rats.
kind of purplish.
Release the rat.
Yeah, I'll send a rat throw.
Cool. He feels a little pain, but he makes it through and lands on his feet, and you can kind of hear the squeaking echoes from the ground below.
So what does he report back? Is it like the same plane that we're currently on? Does he think?
It feels different, but it's another chamber.
Okay.
Down we go.
Should we? Or should we?
Titus is already going down.
Oh boy. Guess we're all going then.
You feel that same shift, and you lose another quarter of your life. The pain from the
From
shifting.
like the original, or 1/4 of what I currently have.
So now you're down to half.
Okay, now I'm down to half. Okay.
And I'll pull up the new map. Where is my map? I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Okie dokies.
We made it eventually.
Is it this one?
We are so smart, guys.
I know, all the puzzles. Yeah, English.
Don't worry. We're all getting there eventually.
It's alright. I only got one more puzzle room.
Ah,
We got this. Oh boy.
So then, Gale is once we land in the other area, and we're in a safe spot to do so. Gale is going to prayer of healing.
Gotcha.
Oh boy.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say he prayers of healing then. Do you
So
want?
everyone gets 19 HP.
each 19 HP each.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are pretty much. I mean, not all back to full. I think you still have some life missing, but that should heal most everybody else.
Yeah.
I still have life missing, but
Well, everyone does, yeah, but it does a lot more for y'all than it does for me.
I brought this necklace. I'm actually up to my own full health without the necklace.
sweet. Okay. Exploring this room. What do we find?
So in this room you have a purple swirl in the center of a vortex. That actually focuses the energy, and as it kind of passes through the lower bottom part, it actually opens up into a larger vortex that seems to be filling the entire area. You're literally just on a floating platform with a door that seems to need to be opened. In each corner, or each end of the platform, you have resonating crystals. Each one has a different tone that it's registering. And there's 6 of them. And each one is emanating a different sound. So you have 3 on the left and 3 on the right. There is an inscription along the center ring, going around the entire center around the swirl, that says, "We're no strangers to love."
Damn it.
And the crystals are resonating out of order. It doesn't seem to match the tone. It just seems like chaos.
So I'm gonna have it resonate in do 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 do.
So, let's see here. You got the idea. So let's see how familiar you guys are with music. Let's do a group history check.
Do I get advantage because I actually know part of the song?
Yes, you can have advantage.
Fuck yeah.
Group history.
Yep.
That's a 19.
Natural 20.
$11 because I rolled bad.
Okay. So you guys are able to sit and listen, and as you guys actually listen and kind of are like, okay, what are we doing? You hear the 3 notes on the left are A, B, and C. The notes on the right are D, F, and G. So, starting from the bottom left is A, bottom left is A, left middle is B, left top is C, right top is D, right middle is G, right bottom is F. And you know the tone, so what order do you hit the notes to match the inscription, "We're no strangers to love"?
D, E, F, F, G, A.
Okay. What sheet music are you pulling it from? Show me your sources.
Here, I'll take a picture and send you.
Okay.
Love having someone who plays violin.
Ah, okay. So you're doing it in a violin tone. Perfect. Okay, I was wondering.
Treble clef.
I think I had piano sheet music pulled up. That might be my problem.
Oh, yeah. That is not what I was using.
But yeah, send me your source and we'll see if you get through.
That's what most people use as piano sheet music.
Mm-hmm.
I play violin. I
So,
use.
what size do you use? Like a 1/4? Or are you up to a 2/4?
Excuse me. I use size now.
The DM that knows violin sizes. Ah, okay.
That was impressive.
I'll take it. So, you solved that faster than I thought. The
You've
doors.
rickrolled us one too many fucking
Oh no,
times.
one too many times. The doors light up, and almost like a rune, the symbol forms that looks strange, like a ball with just arms and tentacles coming off of it. And the door creaks open, slowly, opening up to a completely pitch dark chamber with just a couple of small specks of light. But this chamber is huge.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Can we see with our dark vision that all of us have?
Do you peek in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kiddish just kind of says hello in Abyssal.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh, all the lights were the eyes.
Oh no.
Hi. It's friendly.
Oh, he's got a smile right out of Uncanny Valley. Mother came to the Mandela catalog.
It's friendly. Don't worry.
The
I'm worried.
arms itself seem to be wrapping around all of the stone pillars, and the door opens up to one of the pillars itself. As the arms produce a dim light, its main eye opens and kind of illuminates the entire room, and you just hear a snicker. Intruders. What do we have here? And all of the eyes spin and lock, staring directly at all of you.
Is she speaking Abyssal or?
Let me see, because I gotta pull up this card now. What languages do we speak? I think it actually started in Deep Speech.
I don't know if any
That
of
one
us.
no one gets, yeah.
Nope. We're just like, what?
So, what do you guys say?
Kiddish kind of goes into Abyssal and she's like, it was on accident.
I love that you don't even know what she said. You're just assuming.
Yeah, it's like the tone's like it was on accident.
Whatever I did,
It was not on purpose.
whatever it is, Jefferson started it.
What language? You said Abyssal?
Oh yeah.
Alright. So let me show you what happens now.
Oh dear.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
So from one of the eyeballs, it blinks. And when it opens itself back up, and it blinks by closing the tendril around itself, and then it opens back up, and almost devoid of light appears on the stone in front of you as the eyeball kind of spits out what looks like pure darkness. And just a ball of vines that seem to be absorbing light with energy that's trying to escape the center, and probably 100 arms with almost razor sharp ends. They look like natural thorns. Stands before you and answers in Abyssal. She said, What brings the intruders here?
And Leah will respond in Abyssal. So this one fucked up and did something stupid, per usual. I'm not wrong. And we ended up here on accident because from what I've gathered, the the counselor, as it's called, but you may know it as the deity of judgment, was escaping into the material plane somehow. And as we were running off, this one decided, hey, let me try and get possessed by one of its creatures.
I didn't try to get possessed. I was just trying to see what they wanted.
Same difference.
Gigantic mother.
You don't know what we're saying.
I can tell you're fighting.
And we ended up here because that one got possessed and cast plane shift. So we came here completely by accident. We're just trying to find a way home. You don't want us here. We don't want to be here.
So Judgment sent you to me, the curator, to be judged. And you just hear the laughing. And in almost like a monotone abyssal, the void vines actually kind of translate. Laughter. So she sent you to me for judgment. Laughter.
Huh.
The entire room rumbles as the tendrils tighten around the pillars and the eye pulls itself closer to the edge of a large rock. Its movement of its body too big that it needs dozens of arms to pull it forward, and you just see a giant grin. What you say interests me. Judgment should not be allowed to leave. And the abyssal creature, or the creature in front of you, translates that to abyssal.
Look, that's what I thought too. I've been told for about 50 some odd years now. Judgment was my version of the boogeyman. I've always been told it'll come and it'll get you. But when I grew up, I was told, hey, that can't happen. It shouldn't be able to leave. But here it is.
It starts whispering the translations over to the other two, like very like whispering it, like
Very confused and frightened Cedar.
apparently we got sent to her for judgment.
You know, you share your home with somebody for so many years. You give them an eternity to grow their strength, and they repay you by leaving.
And they were
Nice. And they were roommates. God damn it. And now she'll actually say in Abyssal, I don't care what happens to your world. Do you? Make your
Honestly,
home
I don't know
here.
anymore. But I think so.
How about you make your home here with me? Entertain me. Be my little court jesters. I'll treat you well.
But I'm
feed
supposed
you.
to get married.
Oh boy, priorities. Did she say that in the language Cedar can understand?
No, she said it abyssal. She's like, wait.
My manners, my manners. And one of her eyeball tentacles smacks one of the others. And then one of the eyeballs on the tentacles actually worms its way over to you guys and begins telepathically speaking to you. Not all of you could understand me. Only some of you, I guess, were smart enough to. You say you're due to be married, and the eyeball kind of rubs itself up against Kittis's like cheek, and it's just this like eyeball slime.
No.
Wait, do you mean Cedar?
No, to Kittis, because Kittis
Oh,
was
okay.
like, "I'm supposed to get married."
Yes, I'm supposed to get married.
You realize that if judgment has made it to your world, it's likely going to be destroyed, if not by judgment, by one of the other four. That world is doomed. Stay here with me. Now, we're going to have you guys roll a charisma saving throw.
Love
Oh.
it.
Charisma?
Charisma.
Okay.
Both of you get a +5.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome to social combat.
Charisma saving.
Which dice should I choose?
I'm
That's
not
a
choosing
22.
I don't know about you.
17.
That's a 9.
Okay. So 17, 22, 9. Gale. Does Gale also get the +5?
He does.
He rolled a 9. So Gale and Kittis actually begin to like reach their hands up and touch the eyeballs as they begin to gaze directly into each other's eyes. So what do you say when she says, "Come live here"? Like, how do you
Which-
Who are you
resist?
talking to? Who are you referring
So-
to right now?
Cedar and Leah. She basically says, "Come stay here with me," and Kittis and Gale seem to be kind of for it all of a sudden.
Mhm.
But you two don't.
I'll let Cedar go first.
Oh, yay! Our world can still be saved. I believe it. Also, please let them go. Respectfully.
Are you gonna do persuasion, perhaps?
Yeah. I'm choking on it.
Here. Don't try to kill yourself on this.
Meaning to choke on air. 18 persuasion.
Nice. Leah?
Oh, I'm doing. So like, am I doing persuasion as well, or just what am I saying?
What are you saying? And then we'll see what type of roll you do.
She's just saying, look, I just lost about 99% of the people I give a fuck about. So if my world dies, I want to die with it so I can go be with them again. If it lives, I want to live on so I can try to bring them back. I'd rather not live somewhere else where I don't have a chance of being without them indefinitely. And I don't think they want to be here. So, with all due respect, I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. That's a 27.
Okay. So you guys kind of resist. And it lunges forward. Its whole body now crashes onto the pedestal kind of right in front of you. Its body weight crushes one of its tendrils and its eyes pop goo all over the ground, and it just falls down onto the rocks, cascading. The vine creature in front of you also crushed under the weight as its smile is now going from ear to ear as it eerily stares at you. and attempts to hypnotize you. If you've lost everything you care about, you can care about me. Cedar, I can bring anyone you want. Name them, and they can play with you forever in my eternity. Another, let's do wisdom saving throws now.
Okay, still same +5.
Oh, I like a good wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that is a 30.
Dirty. Wait. Sorry, 19. Oh, that'll be 30.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, it really does. Feels amazing.
Interesting. So you two really don't want to stay? Well,
No offense.
that's fine. You don't deserve my home anyways. Your friends can stay.
And with that, Leah's actually Leah's gonna grab the dagger off of Gale's hip, off of Gale's waist, slit his arm and her arm, and blood contact. And spread the bonding poison.
So you're gonna try to make them into part of your
No, just Gale, not the creature.
No, well, Gale and Kittis, right? Or no?
I don't think Kittis can, but I'll try it.
Gotcha.
Because she's poison immune right now, so.
True.
Oh.
So yeah, so it would not work on Kittis. How would I roll for
An
Gale?
idea, though. I do have a small idea, though.
Did we establish rules on that already? Hold on.
We did not.
Alright, making me do stuff on the
It
spot.
would probably be a con save, because poison.
Yeah, it would have to be. Let me see his con really quick. Where's D&D Beyond?
His con is a 16. So it's a +3.
Yeah.
He does not have proficiency, so it's just +3 save. And because this is something I'm doing against him, he would not have my bonus either.
Yeah. Let's see. He got a 15. So we'll say, because he's not really fighting it, you have to fight the unnatural influence. So you see Gale kind of look at Leah for a moment and avert the gaze of the abyss, and you hear her hiss, and, "No! You are to stay with me!" And... ooh. She beat your poison, but now they're fighting. "I don't like your games, child. You do not want to surrender your friends, and I just lost mine. I'll make you a deal then, lest you engage in combat with me." And she says this in common.